be crazy. The contact, impact, I want that daily. Our breath getting deeper, deeper lately. I like that, baby, 'cause I can't get enough. Yeah, I can't get enough. Yeah, I can't get enough of your love. Give me some more of it. I can't get enough. Yeah, 'cause I can't get enough.
Dice que no le es suficiente, está mal de la mente. Cuando está solita que entre, música para ponerla en ambiente, yeah. Ella quiere que como aquella vez, le busco todo. Todo lo que se pone bonito se le ve. Empezamos a pie y ahora andamos en el jet. Vamos a calentar, baby, tú. No se quiere olvidar, lo quiere recordar, baby.
'Cause I can't get enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get enough.
Latino que.
Yeah, I can't get enough of your love. Give me some more of it. I can't get enough. Yeah, 'cause I can't crazy. I like that, you like that, so let's be crazy. The contact, impact, I want that daily. Our breath getting deeper, deeper lately. I like that, baby. Yeah. Ooh, no one's gotta know. We can keep it low key. I'll be fine alone, long as you're alone with me. So incredible, unforgettable on me. 'Cause I can't get enough.
Benny Blanco,
Yeah, I can't get enough.
Chibabe man, Selena.
Yeah, I can't get enough of your love. Give me some more of it. I can't get enough. Yeah, 'cause I can't get enough.
See. So last time you were on 2K TV, you said that your My Player build was basically just like yourself. Is that still the case?
Yeah, really the overall player. Like you said, high IQ, somebody that can just think the game, make the right plays at all times, and just really focus on trying to win.
So what 3 My Player builds would you take into 2K20?
Lockdown. Just 3.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis Tower and the rest of downtown Chicago lighting up the sky. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. And our broadcast team tonight, Greg Anthony here to my left and Steve Smith to my right. And the Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, along the sideline. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Take a look at the Pistons. They're right now in the 8th spot in the conference here in the early part of the season. And, of course, the Bulls. Right now, quite a ways down below.
And looking at Chicago, they haven't gotten anywhere near where they wanted to be this season. Pretty clear there's a big talent gap between them and the true contenders.
And we've all thought this. They're just a middle-of-the-road team. The last thing anyone in the NBA wants to be.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Markieff Morris is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Frazier in at the 1. And for Chicago, Markkanen and Carter are up front. LaVine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. And it's Satoransky in at the point. It's stolen by Carter. And then Carter with the jam.
With a 9-foot standing reach, Carter has no trouble putting that away.
And it's Frazier with the ball for Detroit.
And even as a rookie, you could see the consistency game to game from Wendell Carter. Very dependable on the glass and on the scoreboard for a player so young.
And it's sent back by Carter. Here's LaVine. Oh, wow!
He went high.
That was
An explosive, high-level athlete. You see why Zach has won multiple dunk contests.
Pass to Kennard. Carter pulls it in. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Dwayne Casey gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. There are few players more gifted athletically than Zach LaVine. The coach made it clear their focus is trying to contain him offensively. Good luck with trying to keep him between the ball and the basket.
Thank you, David.
And Snell is an effective floor spacer, a consistent threat to drop it in from outside.
Inside, Markkanen, and Markkanen throws it down.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. Morris outside, releases. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist.
Assist goes to...
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Here's Porter. Good D by Drummond.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Snell, the pass to Morris. Over Porter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr. And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
Shooting two.
The first one falls. Hey, Smitty, when a team underperforms early in the season, fans tend to go crazy. I mean, they just can't figure out why this is happening. But what are the players saying to each other on the bench, when they're traveling, in the locker room?
You know, I think when you're having great communication, Kevin, when guys amongst each other, you're trying to get through it, you're working through it. Whether you get through it or not is fine. I think there's a sign that things are going wrong. Kevin, you hear about these player-only meetings. When you start having 2 or 3 of those, that's when the ship is starting to go south.
And there's the foul. It's on Tim Frazier. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Carter for 3. That one's not going to go. And the Pistons now going the other way. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, these two teams haven't changed that much, so I wouldn't be surprised if they run the table on them again.
And Detroit has possession. Following the miss by Otto Porter. Kennard, the pass to Morris. Pistons passing it around. Pass to Frazier. Latre. Here's Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Multi-time NBA rebound leader. Might want to think about putting a body on Drummond.
LaVine, good.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Kennard's shot is off.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
Got it. Nice one there from LaVine. LaVine's got 6.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And so it's Frazier who'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They trail by 1. Out to the right wing. Here's Kennard. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Frazier's got his 3rd assist on the night. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Here's Porter. It's Chicago with another bucket.
With the defenses trying to take away the 3 ball, Porter understands that the mid-range area is open to him.
And there's the pass to Morris. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
Well, the former Georgetown Hoya, Otto Porter, was on the move last season. Traded at the deadline to Chicago, who are in need of a player like Porter who can shoot from outside.
One shot.
And the technical free throw is good. Smitty, as you mentioned, the need for shooters was something that brought Porter here.
And Porter has been a consistently good shooter, something he's worked on over his career, Kevin. He's young and appears to be a perfect fit for what this team wants to do in the future.
Now here's Drummond. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Toronto.
He owned the glass in that one, too. No one could put a body on him.
Clock at 4, and now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Off the turnover, not just a good on-ball defender. Porter will also gamble and pick up steals for you.
To the right side. From downtown, Markkanen pulls it in.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Carter, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
And with that height, he can get a clean look on any shot at any time.
That's his first personal foul.
Frazier outside. Drummond in the post. Carter on him.
You see defensively Carter with good instincts. He can move his feet, and of course, he gives you the size.
LaVine.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And LaVine comes to help. Here's Kennard. He's guarded by Markkanen. And it's Drummond missing.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And finished off by Porter.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Pass to Kennard. And he can't stop the run as he misses. The Bulls leading by 7. Here's LaVine, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
The complete game of Otto Porter. Overplay him, and it's a good bet he'll find an open man.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Got it. Nice one there from LaVine.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And the Bulls had Boylan step in as an interim coach last season, Smitty, but decided to give him the keys to the car this year as well.
A surprise move as Boylan immediately was at odds with the players. Management sided with the coach. Interesting message to send to a young team looking to develop.
Hey, gonna need a little hope, boys, on the double. Hey, you mucking with a G here, see? Talk to me. Maybe listen to the man that really guys us on the bottom. Off the paper, baby, we got the ropes in you. Paper filler, but a pure absence of hope can do. Only the leap you blame it brings him the proof. Instead of the wings, so be the daughters, hope they broken you. Yeah, they better hope that I'm a full force of the cold fast, see the whole floor right. Max had a shop right, give me cool meals and the lights on. I'm a do right, get a new crew, make a new life, never boo-hoo, never lose sight. I'm a voodoo with a burst off of my old soul.
White, he's checked in for Satoransky. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Derrick Rose is checked in for Tim Frazier. Pistons trailed by 11. Rose passes to Kennard. It's good, this time the assist from Rose. Kennard's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Pistons. This one for 3. White, good.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
White.
Here's Rose. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Derrick Rose inside is a treat to watch because watch how high he gets off the floor.
Rebound by the Pistons.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
They get it again. Here's Drummond. Good work defensively by Carter.
Hard to catch up when you can't hit shots. This is a quarter he liked to forget.
Porter, no luck. Pistons trail by 9. Over in the corner, Rose. Hands it from downtown. Rose has got 5 now.
Derrick Rose, when he's in the outside shot, creates even more space for him to operate.
And it's Carter missing.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Here's Kennard, guarded by Porter. Here's Drummond. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Now you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. Well, when the game is decided and the clock is running out, the winning team shouldn't try to score. But we're seeing more of that these days. I'm not sure why. Kind of an unwritten rule. What do you think about that, Steve?
Yeah, Kevin, it used to be. And I watch a lot of these players come in. The game is decided. You know, they're up 10 or down 10, and they're still out here dunking, shooting. Back in my day, Kevin, you get that little ugly look from the team. And then the next game, you usually come up with a hard foul against you just to send a message.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Bangs home the trifecta. And it's 8 points for Derrick Rose. The Bulls leading by 4. The baseline J. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And he's off to a phenomenal start here tonight, guys.
Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Cavaliers. Pass to Galloway. There's the 3. The shot that time, not on target. And it's Chicago the other way. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
Yes, the other team is feeding off that enthusiasm. You have to try and match that energy.
Maker makes it off the glass.
This is what you get from Maker, a legit 7-footer who brings the energy.
Here's Carter. Derrick Rose grabs the miss. And it's Rose with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. 6-point game. And the basket by Maker.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
Chicago making some changes. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Wendell Carter. Young comes in for Markkanen, and it's done in for Otto Porter Jr. Passes to Cornett, and it's sent back by Drummond.
That rejection was well timed. Get that shot out of here. Drummond staying patient, waiting for the right moment to pounce.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Dunn misses.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Outside Rose. Lets it go with a three. Chicago grabs the miss.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And LaVine throws it down.
Right there, the burst of Zach LaVine. Once he gets a step on you, it's hard to catch up.
Here's Rose. He's coming off a 16-point game against Toronto. Here's Galloway. Back to Brown. From deep. Here's Drummond. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Thaddeus Young.
Andre Drummond's games has to improve at the free throw line if he wants to be a go-to player.
And the defensive impact that Andre Drummond can have on the floor is a major factor.
Well, you know that Drummond is going to do the work of 3 players on the glass, but he's also been a solid rim protector who makes up for his height with great timing and reach.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. And the second free throw, good.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
Gunshot's good.
Strength, focus, hard-hat approach. Chris Dunn powering through contact.
Bulls foul called. Luke Cornett. That's his first personal foul. Shooting.
And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships. But the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention.
The first free throw is good.
Rose has really accepted the responsibility of being the leader of this team. They look to him to deliver night after night.
And Rose drops them both. Smitty, lately we're seeing more deep three-pointers than ever before. Think you could step out to that 35-foot mark?
Hey, Kevin, I can step out there, but the question is, could I make them at a high percentage? And that's what's so beautiful now. You're seeing these guys step out further and further, but their percentage is higher and higher than it would be from others in my era shooting 35-footers. This is fantastic, but I do not want to see a 4-point line.
Count it, good.
Taking things into his own hands this quarter, trying to keep his team afloat.
Here's White. And that one hits back iron.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Especially dangerous off the bounce. Chris Dunn can shift gears in an instant.
Here's Galloway. 17 points for him last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And boy, did he have it going offensively. He lived at the line during that game as well, and that's where he got a lot of those points.
Detroit his 4th make in 5 tries, and we're just getting started.
First personal foul.
Well, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year, but you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
And gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question mark.
The free throw drops in for Dunn.
To me, Chris Dunn has all the tools to be really good. Has to cut down on the turnovers and has to keep working on that jump shot.
Now, here's Maker. He has 6. And Rose, wide open. He shoots. Here's Drummond. It's hauled in by Cornette.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
Out to the wing. Here's Galloway to stop the run. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Thaddeus Young.
And now the adventure begins. Drummond, one of the worst free throw shooters on the planet.
At the line for
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. And it's the Bulls with the ball. They have a 9-point lead. Dunn attacking. And the layup's good off the glass. Dunn's got 11.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. It's the Bulls ending the first quarter on a 15-6 run. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Andre Drummond says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team and did the things that they did, I write that kind of stuff in the back of my head and just say, this is something I need to do this. Or if I see something I didn't like, this is something I probably will stay away from. And I think now that I'm in a role where I could kind of lead this team, I kind of have the blueprint on what I need to do to make this team successful.
And, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
Ryan Arcidiacono.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Pistons, we've got Brown. Andre Drummond is out there with Maker. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Galloway in at the 2. Bulls shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
First one falls for him. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
And so he makes both from the line.
Well, the Pistons are starting to embrace the deep ball. First year under Coach Casey, they shot many more threes, went from middle of the pack in 2018 to 6th overall last year.
And it's Dunn penetrating. That's good. And it's LaVine with the assist. Dunn's got 13 points.
Beautiful find by LaVine there. Takes his time to survey the floor.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. And the threes the Pistons put up last year, Steve, a franchise record for them.
Next step is they're going to have to make them. This team is still looking for the right outside threats, but they know they want to stay a team that attacks from outside.
Here's Cornette, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Rose looking around. Here's Drummond off with the layup.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Galloway, no good. The Bulls leading by 17. Here's Dunn. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
To the left wing, here's Galloway, and that one's on target from the wing. Galloway has got his first 2 points of the night.
Here's where Galloway excels. Better off the catch than initiating.
And it's Dunn penetrating. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Hey, Steve, if your team is holding on to a narrow lead, which player do you want defending that last shot of the game?
I would say Kawhi Leonard, Giannis because of his length, Paul George, Draymond Green, and I really love
names.
Klay Thompson. Not that he's going to block the shot, but he always stays in position.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Rose passes to Maker. Back to Rose. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And this team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
Satoransky gets the bucket. Satoransky's got his first points of the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The pass to Morris. Knocked loose. Stolen by Satoransky. Dunn's shot's good. Dunn's got 9 points in the quarter.
In case anyone was wondering, this is what it looks like when you're in the zone. He hasn't missed one all quarter.
Here's Rose. Sinks that one from the post.
Derrick Rose, explosive getting into the paint. But when he gets there, he has a soft touch as well.
Puts it up from 15, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
What they have done is ran their plays all the way through until they get something they like.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. The Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much.
Beautiful looking shot from Snell. You have to respect his jumper.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Here's a look at some stats for Thaddeus Young. A very nice season for him last year. He averaged about 12 points per game last year, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
And he knocks down the first one.
One area that the Pistons were great in last year was perimeter defense.
What they did, GA, they closed out on shooters fantastically. They got hands up and hands up high. allowed the fewest threes against as a team. Their interior defense was just so-so, but on the perimeter, they were tough.
Both good from the line that time.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And there's the feed to Maker and the dunk by Maker.
You can fall in love with floating around the perimeter. I like it when Maker attacks the rim.
Here's Satoransky. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Down low, Kennard. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Frazier's got 5 assists tonight.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And with Otto Porter, the skills are always apparent with his play, and so many you just like when he's playing aggressively on the floor.
Yeah, it's something that his former coach, Scott Brooks, was always trying to promote to Porter. When he becomes more than just a catch-and-shoot threat, that's when his game is at his best.
The first one falls.
Well, not an easy time on offense for the Bulls last year. They struggled mightily on the offensive end. 3rd worst in the league in effective field goal percentage.
And the Bulls making a change here. Carter's checked in. He doesn't get the second one. And with the Bulls an effective field goal percentage, it's due to their lack of outside shooting.
Yeah, this team can shoot decently from outside. They just choose not to. Last in the league in threes. Just a play-style decision the organization is going with.
Chicago leading by 20. A 3-ball. Hits it from 3-point range. Satoransky's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Not just a knockdown shooter, he does a great job of finding space for his shot.
Here's Kennard. He's got 8. In the corner, Snell with it. Lets it go from deep. Another 3 for Detroit.
Gradually starting to put pressure on this defense. That's his 2nd from downtown this quarter. 3 for the game.
Here's Satoransky. Here's Carter. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. Carter's got 8.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Pass to Maker. Here's Kennard. Another 3 for Detroit.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Here's Carter. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
A crafty score near the rim. Wendell Carter challenging the defense and prevailing.
Here's Frazier. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Satoransky. Detroit with the rebound. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Frazier. Fires for 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. On Saturday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Monday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. Pistons trail by 16. Frazier the pass to Morris. It's deflected.
And for marketing, contesting shots is not about explosive athleticism. It's about being in the right position and timing it right.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Stripped it away. In transition, here come the Bulls. And finished off by Porter.
Did that 7'1" wingspan come in handy? Porter, a legit threat to score anytime he gets around the rim.
Detroit's gone 4-7 on three-point shots in the second quarter. Passes it to Snell. Lots of room. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got his 6th rebound on the night. Satoransky gets the bucket. Satoransky's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period, and he continues to stay aggressive.
Markkanen against Frazier. And the pass to Morris. Here's Kennard. Lets the three fly. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5-for-11 night.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
He gets that one. Satoransky's got 13 points.
Man, he has been locked in this quarter, shouldering the load at the offensive end.
Frazier kicks to Kennard. And here's Frazier. He has 7 to the middle. Shot's good by Kennard. He's got 16.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of play.
Chicago leading by 19 points. Markkanen into the lane. And Maker sends it back.
Watching him protect the rim, you never guess Maker's averaging less than 1 block a game for his career.
The Bulls shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. Frazier outside. He kicks it to Morris. Now here's Frazier. Defense is right there. Clock at 6. Detroit needs to get off a shot here. Here's Maker. Chicago grabs the miss.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
And that one drops. Markkanen's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Frazier right side. And it's sent back by Carter.
That time, Carter's length and vertical paying dividends. He has tremendous potential as a rim protector.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
The shot's good.
Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
One criticism of Jim Boylen before getting extended was his offense, called too slow and too methodical. He addressed that this offseason by getting a top assistant to redesign the offense.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And Steve, for Boylen, a first-time head coach, a smart move to shore up his staff, though.
We see a lot of coaches now hire a specialist assistant coach to delegate part of that game to. Lets guys like Boylen focus on player development and defense.
For the Bulls, Felicio's checked in for Wendell Carter. Denzel Valentine comes in for Satoransky. And it's Harrison in for Ryan Arcidiacono. Then for the Pistons, Andre Drummond's checked in for Maker. Bruce Brown comes in for Tony Snell. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Tim Frazier. Morris finds Galloway. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Tries it from 9, and that one's good, Harrison.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Pass to Galloway. And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Detroit making a switch. Rose is checked in.
Substitution. Derrick Rose.
So it's the Pistons now. Brown outside. Pass to Drummond. The Pistons working the ball around now. Shot clock at 5. From deep. They get it back. Looking to end the run. He lays it in.
Andre Drummond.
Drummond's got 9.
Not many do a better job of carving out space for himself than Andre Drummond.
Harrison. Good D by Drummond.
There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
15 seconds left in the first half of the game. Galloway with the bucket. Galloway has got 4 points this quarter. And here's Valentine for 3. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
For a stretch 4 who spends a lot of time on the perimeter, Marketing does a good job attacking the offensive glass.
Rose goes in. And so it's the Chicago Bulls ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks. Dwayne, not the night you want so far. What do you see happening out there?
I don't know what has happened, but our defensive concentration, rotation has gone the way of the Buffalo. And I don't know what it is. I care less about offense. You know, we're going to score. That's not the problem. It's making up our mind and having a commitment to the defensive end.
Okay, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hi, folks. Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. Chris Dunn led the way in the first half. He ended up with 22 points and 1 steal. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And you know, Chris Dunn has really been making it happen, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers, a very high percentage of those in the first half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. Satoransky runs the point with LaVine at the 2. And it's Carter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Passes it to Kennard. Down low. A nice shot by Frazier. Frazier's got 9.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Here's Satoransky. A three-pointer off the mark.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And last year, the Bulls having issues moving the ball was actually a strength for them in the seasons prior.
Totally agree. You look at all the relevant team assist stats. The Bulls were bottom 5 in all of them. This team, they fall into too much isolation for stretches.
Got it. Nice one there from LaVine.
And we've seen this before. Zach with the ability to put up points in bunches.
Here's Kennard, guarded by LaVine. Drummond working against Carter. And it's Drummond with the jam. That gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 13 rebounds. For three, LaVine. But they recover it. Tries again, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
You have to be impressed with the way this kid shoots the ball. Marketing built for that mid-range game.
Stolen by Markkanen. Out in his own on the break. Satoransky gets the bucket. He's got 18.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Drummond trying to get himself free. Count that one.
Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
Here's Satoransky. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's. Here's Kennard. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Frazier's got his 8th assist in the game.
Excellent timing on that play and a wonderful pass.
For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Here's Drummond. A beautiful reverse layup. Drummond's got 13.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And LaVine, here we go. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Andre Drummond picks one up.
The defense in a tough situation. They know LaVine loves the jump shot, but he can also put it on the floor and take it to you.
The Bulls have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And with this team, Zach LaVine has been thrust into the role of the leader. Still young in his own right, but as a rising star and a large part of the future, responsibilities have fallen in his lap.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Young comes in for Markkanen, and it's White in for Satoransky. And so LaVine nails both of them. And for LaVine, he is the best scorer on the team. And you know what, Smitty? He should be a leader.
You're right. And that isn't something that's easy to step right into. After losses pile up, you feel more pressure and want to take over every game. Zach LaVine should be up to the task, but it will take some adjusting.
White, good.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
Frazier the pass to Drummond. Here's Snell, guarded by Porter. 5 to shoot. Back to Frazier. From deep. The rebound by Young.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Pistons have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That is a terrific play by Porter. One of the more efficient guys in the game. Shows it again right there.
Frazier the pass to Snell. That one drops for him.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Chicago's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
He has led this team in rebounding and also taken on the role of enforcer.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Here's White. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And what body control. Even when White gets bodied up, he sticks with his shot.
Here's Frazier. Rebound by the Bulls. Carter's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. But now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno Matala, who was actually Lauri's high school coach. Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make are based on if it helps me on the basketball court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude. David, thanks. Chicago calls timeout. The NBA looking to improve officiating, Smitty. They'd like to revise the rule book to more closely match the way the game is played. What do you think of that?
Yeah, Kevin, we have to evolve. I think now the game has evolved to more three-point shots, so you got to look at also defense, hand checking, and now we're talking about a lot about, room for guys to land, whether it's a foul or not. So I think it will evolve, and it should be because the game is evolving.
Cornette, he's checked in for the Bulls. Chris Dunn comes in for Porter. Thon Maker's checked in for Detroit. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. The pass to Frazier. With the floater, and he sinks the layup. Frazier's got 6 in the quarter.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
White. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
In the corner, Kennard with it. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Kennard's got 24.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Got it. Nice one there from LaVine.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Kennard, the pass to Snell. Kicks it to Drummond. Pass to Kennard. Here's Snell. White covering. Pistons keep it alive.
Wow, another opportunity. Just everything going their way. Pretty much the story of this game.
Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And right now, White red hot. Just everything he puts up seems to go in.
Pass to Kennard. To the inside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 17 points for Andre Drummond.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Good work there as it goes.
Yeah, under control. White has those short, quick strides.
Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Frazier, the pass to Kennard. Back to Frazier. Three-pointer. Kept alive. Drummond. That one doesn't drop.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, you just watch LaVine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with LaVine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Zach LaVine has all the physical tools and a skill set with an incredible high ceiling.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Tony Snell. Langston Galloway comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Rose in for Frazier. And so LaVine nails both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Passes to Galloway. Brown feeling it out a bit. From beyond the arc. Here's Drummond, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Really another fantastic offensive rebound and putback. This is the second game in a row where he has just been ball dominant.
When he gets into one of these grooves, you never know how long they're going to last. Sometimes they go on and on and on.
He kicks it to Maker. The Pistons working the ball around now. Back to Rose. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Assisted.
With the flexibility to adjust at the rim, Drummond can catch the pass almost anywhere and still throw it down.
And he gets the bucket.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
The pass to Galloway for the 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Cornette's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Young. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Maker, no one around him. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
It's tipped with the second effort. Second chance shot, and it's good on the way in. 6 points for Thaddeus Young.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Rose finds Drummond. Bounce pass from Rose. To the paint, here's Maker. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Maker's got 10 points in the game. Here's LaVine, and Maker sends it back. Shot's good from Young.
That is Young.
Now Rose. He's got 18. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his first personal
And
foul.
boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose. And the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he once was, as he was electric.
Chicago calls timeout.
Timeout call.
And for Rose, so many had written him off, but he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league.
Checked in for Chicago.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Dunn. How he did last season. Averaged about 11 points a game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem well.
First free throw is good.
Well, one area that has slowed the Pistons the last decade is their player development.
Yeah, GA, you look at their roster, very few homegrown players. The Pistons haven't had a lot of hits with their first-round picks. To be a top team, you need to have a front office that can build from within.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. That one good for 2. 23 points for Drummond.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
And it's good for 2.
All night, Dunn showing us the arsenal he's developed, taking over on the offensive end.
Dunn against Rose. That shot misses. And the Bulls going the other way now. Here's White. Again, Chicago.
The height to see over the defense and the unselfishness. Terrific pass by Markkanen.
Left side Rose. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Galloway has got assist number 5 here tonight.
Great player movement, great ball movement. That's fun to watch.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Extremely explosive off the dribble. Once Dunn gets the angle, it's over.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And a year ago, he was an 80% shooter at the line, so that's more than acceptable.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. He hits both from the stripe. 1:12 left in the third quarter of the game. Rose against Dunn. Rose can't hit.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
Markkanen inside the line. Shoots. Nice spin off the left rim and in. 10 points for Thaddeus Young. And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Brown wide open. He fires. Drops in the tray. Brown's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Inside. And Maker sends it back. We've got 28 seconds left here in the third quarter.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Here's Markkanen. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
An elite part of Markkanen's skill set. Those refined, repeatable shot mechanics.
Pass to Maker. Here's Galloway. Grabs the rebound again.
Rebound after rebound after rebound.
Oh, GA, he is crashing the glass with energy. I love it. And so it's Chicago, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Detroit, we've got Wood. Thomas is out there with Doumbouya. And it's Galloway in at the 1 spot. Here's Mikhailuk. Misses the 3. Valentine with it. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Valentine's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Chicago. The Pistons shooting well, 50% from the floor. Pass to Mikhailuk. Back to Galloway. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Very solid shot by Langston Galloway, doing it at the pro level.
Here's Harrison. It's hauled in by Thomas.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
Got a piece of it. Here's Galloway. Off target at the rim.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Cristiano Felicio. Here's Galloway. Smitty, with players like Curry and Lillard taking such high difficulty shots from deep range. I mean, these are just amazing. Some have said that it's hurting the game and that kids will try to emulate it. What do you think about that?
You know, Kevin, I think it is to some point, and to this point where so many kids now at a younger age are shooting the three ball from so deep. I would love for a lot of these guys to be able to show the work they put in, and then those kids try to emulate that.
Doumbouya can't get it to go.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And it's good, 2 points. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Poke loose. Passes it to Mikhailuk. He feeds it to Doumbouya. Basket good.
High percentage look. This is what your offense is designed to do.
And that one's good, Harrison.
Shaquille Harrison.
For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Thomas passes to Galloway. Back to Thomas. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Galloway has got his 7th assist in the game.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Thomas, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
It's a winning approach when you execute. That's the key. They're playing fast, but also under control.
But they'll get another chance. The second chance effort. Valentine grabs the board. Bulls have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Good. Arcidiacono's got 4 points this quarter.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
And there's the call on Ryan Arcidiacono. That is his first foul of the game. Tim Frazier's checked in for Detroit.
Substitution. Tim Frazier.
Mikhailuk passes to Frazier. Floats one up. He takes it up and lays it in. Bulls have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Here's Cornette. Another one falls for Chicago.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
Pistons ball.
Chicago calls timeout. Smitty, the NBA now preventing teams to sell international sponsorships. I mean, the league just continues to grow globally.
They have done a fantastic job. Teams can now enhance their visibility with this deal, and their internet makes this all possible when you get a chance to watch these teams all over the world.
That's a good point.
Something better tell mankind and to take it coming.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna echo. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna echo. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. From off the top, the flow is
Doumbouya dishes to Frazier. To the paint, here's Thomas. Good, great play set up by Frazier.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
And Kornet gets it to go.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Doumbouya passes to Wood. Down low. There's the steal. There's the pass to Kornet. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Wood. Pass to Doumbouya. The Pistons working the ball around now. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Frazier. Offline with his 3.
He's been of no help stretching the floor tonight. Just 1 3 in the first half. Nothing in the second. Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Here's Mikhailuk. And Doumbouya now top the key. Passes it to Mikhailuk. Fires the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Mikhailuk's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Felicio. Again, Chicago.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And so it's Frazier. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. And there's the pass to Doumbouya. Back to Frazier. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
Can't be that easy for him. Got to body him up down low.
And you have other methods as well. You could deny or you can just front the post.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
In transition, here come the Bulls. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Tremendous effort getting the steal, then getting the ball up the court.
You know what? We see this time and time again. Turnovers lead to a break, and then points at the other end.
That's good for Thomas on the assist by Frazier.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Here's Kornet. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Detroit's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. To the middle, here's Frazier. Goes back up, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Chicago. Steve, it seems like criticism of NBA officials is reaching a very interesting level. We see players, coaches, and now even executives confronting these officials over their calls.
You know, we love the word transparency, but I think also for these referees, because of technology as well, we're seeing these players from so many different angles, and all we want to talk about if we're coaches and executives and players are the plays they miss, and I think that's what we're, putting too much energy in.
And Frazier drops them both. Here's Arcidiacono. And that one's good, Harrison.
Talk about making halftime adjustments. You love what they're doing with him now offensively.
To the inside, Thomas. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's Kornet, and it's Chicago scoring again.
You know, as ice cold as he was in the first half, that's how hot he has been since the break. No one can match up with him right now.
Now here's Frazier. Feeds to Doumbouya. Good, great play set up by Frazier. Doumbouya's got 4 this quarter.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Bucket is good. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
The kick out to Frazier. Shoots the three. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Here's Cornette. Shoots over Frazier. Cornette can't get it to go. Here's Mikhailuk. Pass to Wood. Up top, Frazier. Back to Wood. Another shot. Felicio with the rebound. Felicio's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Cornette. Over Frazier. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Detroit's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. Launches a three. Doumbouya, good.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
You know, when you're raining threes, you can stack up points in a hurry, but it can go the other way as well.
A nice shot by Mikhailuk.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Here's Arcidiacono, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
They are getting buried tonight with plays like that one, allowing too much space for a good shooter.
A shot by Frazier, no good.
Man, at what point do you blame the play calling more than the player?
Valentine shot, good.
Valentine.
Detroit's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. Kicks it to Thomas. Pass to Frazier. Jacks up a three. Mikhailuk can't get it to go. The Bulls shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Bulls.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
Fades and shoots, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Doumbouya with it, now guarded by Valentine. Here's Wood, and he uses the glass on the layup.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Chicago calls timeout.
Strange being human, yeah. It's living really just a pastime. And I'm crying victim when I'm all alone. Hoping someone calls, but then I don't pick up. Still I'm feeling confused. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my view. I'm trying to find something new. Well, something to believe.
And now a moment to take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And he's been the man running the show for them, and boy, has he done a great job. He's up in the double digits in assists, and more than a few of those have been of the spectacular variety. For them to be successful, his passing has to be a key component, and tonight it was on display.
And who'd have thought he'd be the guy to shake them out of this losing streak? Maybe that's been the problem. He hasn't been playing as big a role as he should have. Valentine, that's for 2. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. It's hauled in by Wood. Here are the Pistons with the ball. Here's Mikhailuk. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And here is Doumbouya. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They poured it on tonight, dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.